A foreign trade zone, or FTZ, is a secure area in the United States that is treated for customs purposes as outside normal U.S. customs territory. In practical terms, that means imported goods can be admitted into the zone, tracked, stored, and processed under customs control before they formally enter U.S. commerce. FTZ operations are important because they help warehouses and importers improve duty timing, strengthen compliance, support exports and inbound movements, and maintain a cleaner customs audit trail. But FTZ operations also create a much higher bar for traceability. A warehouse can't treat FTZ inventory like ordinary stock. Every receipt, status, origin, value layer, and outbound removal may matter. That is why it is important to have a warehouse management system that actually supports FTZ workflows. Without that support, operators end up relying on spreadsheets, manual packet building, disconnected broker handoffs, and inconsistent inventory controls.
Easy3PL now provides warehouse-side FTZ support from inbound receipt through outbound removal. It gives operators the tools to manage FTZ-controlled receipts, preserve FTZ inventory identity, support outbound FTZ orders, generate broker handoff packets, and review balances and audit history inside the system. It is designed to be the operational FTZ system of record for the warehouse.
The process starts with setup. First, the warehouse defines its FTZ site configuration. This includes the warehouse, zone number, site number, port code, and operator details. Next, the client is configured as an FTZ customer. In the FTZ profile, Easy3PL stores the importer and broker details used during FTZ operations. Then, item records are updated with customs defaults such as HTSUS, country of origin, package type, units of measure, manufacturer ID code, and default unit value. These defaults help drive FTZ emission lines automatically.
Now, let's walk through the inbound FTZ process. The user creates a new warehouse receipt, just as they normally would. They enter the client, warehouse, date, PO number, entry number, and any operational notes. The key step is checking FTZ-controlled receipt. Once that box is checked, the receipt becomes an FTZ-only receipt. That means Easy3PL is treating that inbound as customs-controlled inventory, and the receipt should not be mixed with non-FTZ goods. The user can also set the receipt hold behavior, which helps keep the receipt from moving forward before the FTZ admission is ready.
After saving the receipt, the FTZ and E214 section becomes the main compliance workspace. Here, the user selects the FTZ site, enters the admission number, requested zone status, import date, arrival date, port of unlading, bill of lading or airway bill, in-bond number if applicable, broker reference, and any ACE or CBP references. This admission header becomes the foundation of the FTZ inbound record. Next, inventory is received against the FTZ-controlled receipt. Once inventory is on the receipt, the user can click Generate from Receipt. Easy3PL builds FTZ admission lines from the received inventory and the customs default stored on the item master. That means the system can automatically seed SKU, description, HTSUS, country of origin, quantity, units of measure, package type, customs value, and zone lot information. The user then can review and adjust the FTZ lines before moving forward. Once the FTZ lines are ready, the user validates the admission. Easy3PL checks whether the required FTZ information is complete. If something is missing, the user sees warnings or errors before the workflow progresses. After validation, the receipt can move through the FTZ workflow: validated, filed, authorized, and received.
This gives the warehouse a controlled life cycle for FTZ admissions instead of relying on manual notes or free-form status updates.
Easy3PL also gives the operator drill-down visibility directly on the receipt. The user can review linked FTZ inventory, related outbound removals, filing events, and FTZ audit history in one place. That helps supervisors and compliance teams understand exactly what happened to the receipt and the inventory tied to it.
When the warehouse needs to hand the FTZ admission to a broker or compliance team, Easy3PL can export the packet in PDF, JSON, or CSV format. This supports a practical broker-assisted filing process while keeping the warehouse-side data complete and structured.
Now let's move to the outbound side. In orders, the user creates or opens an outbound order and designates it as an FTZ outbound order. They then choose the removal type. In Easy3PL, that may be domestic, export, or inbound. Once an order is marked FTZ outbound, it is treated as an FTZ-only outbound process. The system will only allow FTZ inventory to be allocated, and specifically, FTZ inventory that originated from FTZ-designated receipts.
The user then requests inventory for the order. Easy3PL filters the available inventory so the user is only allocating inventory that is valid for the FTZ outbound workflow. This protects the integrity of the FTZ process and prevents ordinary inventory from being mixed into an FTZ outbound removal.
If the removal type is inbound, Easy3PL supports additional inbound details. The user can enter the inbound number, inbound type, origin port, destination port, carrier, and conveyance information. For inbound removals, Easy3PL also labels the packet exports as 7512 packet exports, making that workflow more explicit for operations and broker handoff.
Just like inbound FTZ receipts, outbound FTZ orders move through a controlled workflow. The user can mark the FTZ outbound order as validated, filed, authorized, and finally removed. Easy3PL also generates outbound PDF, JSON, and CSV packets. For inbound removals, those are presented as 7512 packet exports. This gives the operator a structured way to prepare and hand off outbound FTZ removal information.
Easy3PL also gives detailed visibility into the outbound FTZ chain. The user can review linked FTZ removal lines, the admission lines they came from, the admitted quantity, removed quantity, remaining balance, and the related FTZ audit trail. The system also includes over-removal protection, so an outbound line cannot remove more quantity than the linked FTZ admission line supports.
Finally, Easy3PL provides dedicated FTZ reporting. Under Reports, users can review the FTZ work queue, FTZ exceptions, FTZ inventory, FTZ outbound, and FTZ balance reports. These reports help the warehouse monitor pending FTZ work, identify missing data, review inventory by FTZ status, track outbound removals, and reconcile admitted versus removed balances. And because the reports support drill down, users can jump directly from the report row into the live FTZ receipt or FTZ outbound order.
With these features, Easy3PL now provides a strong warehouse-side FTZ operating system. It helps the warehouse receive FTZ goods, maintain inventory traceability, control outbound FTZ removals, support broker handoff, and review balances and audit activity inside one platform. Easy3PL does not replace the operator's full legal compliance program or direct CBP filing platform, but it now provides the core software controls a warehouse operator needs to manage FTZ operations correctly and consistently.